Use that.
No, what's...
Sir, you okay? Stay with me.
Oh my God.
Back up.
Tower, American 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
From ghost guns heard around North Carolina with no explanation to jetpack man spotted by pilots and the skinwalkers that keep appearing in Utah, here are the most disturbing mysteries from every U.S. state. In 2012, a YouTube video was uploaded. The guy who recorded it claimed he had left his camera running, and later, when he checked the footage, he saw this. In this short clip, a booming sound was heard from afar, but it sounded identical to a gunshot. The man who recorded it was at the Cape Fear River by Snow's Cut Bridge, the very place famous for the Seneca guns. And this wasn't the first time the legend was caught on camera. In 2011, a similar case happened to two hikers. It was the same kind of sound again, that deep gun-like boom, and this wasn't the end of it. Fast forward to 2025, and some friends in Carolina riding their horses and ponies heard it too.
Kaboom.
The description under their post summed it up perfectly. Ever heard a loud boom out of nowhere on the Carolina coast? No thunder, no jets, no explanation. That's the Seneca guns. But what exactly are Seneca guns? Let's dive into it. For generations, people living along the Carolina coast have heard strange, thunderous booms that shake windows and rattle houses, even on clear, calm days. Locals describe the experience as if a massive explosion just went off nearby. Some say it feels like a truck slamming into the ground, while others describe it as an earthquake that never quite happens. Theories about the cause spread fast online, from military aircraft to earthquakes to even more far-fetched ideas like ghosts or alien activity. But scientists have been trying to solve this mystery for years. Dr. David Hill, a geophysicist from the U.S. Geological Service, believes the Seneca guns could be small earthquakes. He explained that when the ground vibrates, it can act like a giant speaker, sending deep, rumbling sounds through the air. Adding to the mystery, these booms were reported long before airplanes even existed. The name Seneca guns actually comes from an 1851 story by author James Fenimore Cooper, describing the exact same phenomenon around Seneca Lake in New York, half a century before humans ever flew. For most locals, the Seneca guns have become part of coastal life, a strange event that defies logic but always gets your attention. One person described it like this: "It's a natural phenomenon that no one can explain. A combination of cold and hot air coming together. Some are really loud and can shake your house, most are minor. Cool to hear, no doubt, but at that time, it's a WTF moment." Another one described it as, "So crazy that this day and age, we still don't know what makes the noise. My first thought is government testing of some sort, but who knows?" And then there's an old newspaper report that claims the riddle was solved more than a century ago. It told the story of a man named William Prosser, who was fishing at Seneca Lake when he lit a match to smoke his pipe. The small spark was followed by a flash and a deafening roar that threw him and his boat through the air. Prosser later said the guns were natural gas escaping from beneath the lake's surface and igniting, an explosive chain reaction that created the booming noise. It's a fascinating explanation, but it doesn't cover every case. People still hear these sounds miles from any lakes or gas vents, which keeps the mystery alive. Each theory, from atmospheric pressure to gas vents, earthquakes, or military tests, makes sense in some way, yet none fully explain the phenomenon. Whether caused by small quakes, pressure changes, or something entirely unknown, the Seneca guns remain one of North Carolina's oldest mysteries. They've echoed for centuries, shaking homes, sparking debate, and keeping both scientists and locals guessing. On August 30th, 2020, two different airline pilots reported seeing a guy, except it wasn't a usual guy because they were seeing him flying around midair.
Tower, American 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
American 1997, okay, thank you. Were they up to your left side or right side?
Off the left side, maybe 300 yards or so, about our altitude.
Okay, American 1997.
We just saw the guy pass by us jetpack.
JetBlue 23, use caution. Person in a jetpack reported 300 yards south of the LA final at about 3,000 feet, 10-mile final.
JetBlue 23, we're heard and we are definitely looking. Only in LA.
A man with a jetpack on was flying midair, the height where planes reach, and people were shocked. Then came November 2020. A Los Angeles Police Department helicopter crew recorded another similar video. Same guy, same altitude, same area, and again, no information. The sightings never stopped. There was a third, fourth, fifth, and even sixth sighting. It was talked about everywhere. People were asking questions. Who was this jetpack man and why was he only appearing in California? Some said it had to be a balloon or maybe a drone, maybe one made to look like a man. After all, no public jetpack could ever reach the 3,000 to 6,000 foot altitude pilots described. Jetpacks that do exist are usually used at low levels over open water, and they can't stay airborne for long. Even people from Jetpack Aviation, a real company that builds jetpacks in California, were skeptical. Their test pilot said no known jetpack could climb that high or sustain flight for that long. The FBI and FAA both got involved, checking radar data and contacting experts, but nothing concrete ever came from it. No radar showed an object, and no missing drone or balloon was ever found. One FAA email even mentioned that the FBI had interviewed one of the pilots who reported the sighting. That pilot said what he saw looked exactly like a remote-controlled drone from a YouTube video, one that showed a figure built to look like a man with a jetpack, hovering and gliding in midair. Others leaned into simpler ideas. Some joked that it was the middle of the pandemic. People were bored, so maybe someone strapped a blow-up doll to a drone and sent it up for fun. Then came another theory, one that made things sound even stranger. Jetpack Man is the most convenient way to describe what pilots and air traffic controllers were seeing, but the reality of the situation might be a lot weirder. No known publicly available jetpacks can reach the heights that Jetpack Man was reported being at, and he didn't seem to have the stabilizing thrusters that real military jetpacks usually have. A better way to describe him, some said, would be UAP, an unidentified aerial phenomenon. But again, none of these theories were ever proven. Each possible answer, from drone to balloon, explained part of the mystery, but never the whole thing. Even after years of reports, videos, and investigations, no one has ever confirmed what Jetpack Man actually was. Was it a high-tech drone disguised as a man, a helium balloon drifting just right, or a real person testing something we aren't supposed to know about? Alan Plaster was the guy who lived back in 1969 who went out with his new camera, and while clicking random pictures, he captured this. It was a hairy white something in the woods surrounding Lake Worth in Texas. But that's what Alan thought, because what he had captured wasn't just something, it was a whole legend called the Lake Worth Monster. And that wasn't the last time it appeared, because in 2025 it appeared again. Just this time, the camera quality was better, and it was in broad daylight. The clip was only a few seconds long, but enough to shake up the internet. Some called it fake, others swore it was proof. It showed a tall, fur-covered figure near the same stretch of land where it was first seen over 50 years ago, only now it looked darker, stronger, evolved. And that's when people started remembering. In 1969, Alan Plaster captured a blurry white figure in those same woods. After that, reports exploded. A 7-foot creature with a goat-like face, long claws, and a scream that echoed across the lake. Cars were scratched, tires were thrown, and one couple swore it even jumped onto their car. Police got involved, newspapers picked up the story, and what began as a quiet lakeside town turned into a monster hunting frenzy. Every night, crowds gathered near the shoreline hoping to see it, some out of curiosity, others out of fear. But as fast as it appeared, the creature vanished. No body, no tracks, no explanation, just stories. Over time, the panic turned into pride. Lake Worth started hosting an annual Monster Bash, celebrating what had once terrified the whole town, the Goat Man, as people began calling it. According to legend, the Lake Worth monster lives on the shores of the West Fork of the Trinity River. It can swim, climb trees, and eats fish and chickens. It is 7 feet tall and has unhuman strength. Some reports say it has horns sprouting from its head, giving the monster the moniker of Goat Man. And with the 2025 footage now spreading online, people are wondering if the Lake Worth monster ever disappeared, or if it's part of something much bigger. The details, the fur, the height, the movement line up almost perfectly with another legend. Bigfoot. Some think the Lake Worth monster was just Texas's version all along, a regional twist on the same ancient creature. Others say it's nothing more than a hoax, a man in a suit, an animal mistaken for a monster, or just mass hysteria that never died down. Still, a few locals think there's something more supernatural at play. They link it to sightings across Texas, strange humanoid shapes running through rural roads late at night. One story from South Texas tells of a figure with a wolf-like head, pale skin, and ribs visible through its body, something that moved like it wasn't bound by human rules. The witness described it as a skinwalker, a cursed being from old native legends. That connection raised another theory. What if these aren't separate creatures at all? What if the Goat Man, Bigfoot, and the Skinwalker are all the same thing, just seen through different eyes at different times? No one can say for sure, because even with all the stories, photos, and videos, there's still no real evidence, just theories. Every explanation sounds possible, but none are proven, and maybe that's the strangest part. It was October 16th, 2025, when cops were alerted by locals in Utah about something strange lurking near their homes. As the officers went to check, this is what they saw.
What is that? Hold the light right there. Sir, you okay? Stay with me. Oh my God. Back up. Move.
A creature that looked straight out of a movie or some other world was clinging onto a tree, staring right at them. One look was enough to tell it wasn't something the cops or the locals had ever seen before. But then again, it was Utah and Skinwalker Ranch after all. The very same place where, in January 2025, this video was recorded. The man who recorded it said he was on a hunting trip and had taken his dogs with him. Then this happened. While in the mountains, 2 of the dogs ran off. They chased them and found them both ripped apart after some searching. While trying to look for whatever caused it, they found this and recorded it through their scope. Once again, something terrifying and otherworldly appeared. In this video, even the shape of the creature was hard to make out, but it was clear that its arms were unusually skinny and long. Many said it could have just been a homeless man or a drug addict, but the uploader was convinced that what the video showed was nothing less than a skinwalker. And in that same place, just 2 years earlier in 2023, another clip was recorded.
What the is that?
Yo, what's...
Run! Run!
Guys, wait!
Run!
Oh.
Some friends had gone out camping, not knowing that a strange creature was about to give them trauma for life. Then came another Redditor with a chilling experience, claiming he saw a Wendigo or a skinwalker when he was 17. He lived in a small town where his friend's house sat on a dead-end street facing an empty field. For years, they would occasionally wake up to the sound of something dragging and gargling on the back porch, though nothing was ever there. One night, while driving their truck and swinging the high beams toward the field, they saw it. Illuminated in the light was a naked, abnormally large thing on all fours. Its limbs folded unnaturally. Its skin was pale and stretched, and its jaw was an open, gaping black maw with glistening black eyes. The creature instantly scurried backward into the brush. The two were shaken to the core, spending the rest of the night waiting for the sounds that never came. The man says that even today, when he visits the area, that empty field still feels like it's watching and waiting. What's strange is, none of this is new for Utah. Sightings like these have been happening for decades, long before social media or YouTube ever existed. And the name that keeps coming up every single time is Skinwalker. So what exactly is a Skinwalker? They're said to come straight out of Navajo legend. Something dark, twisted, and human once, but not anymore. The Navajo word Yi Nald Lushi roughly means, with it, he goes on all fours. It's their name for a witch, one who's broken every sacred rule. According to the stories, a person becomes a skinwalker by doing something beyond forgiveness, like hurting their own family. That's what gives them their power, the ability to transform, to disguise, to take the shape of any animal they choose. Coyotes, wolves, foxes, sometimes even bears. But whatever shape they take, they all share one thing in common: they're evil. And for centuries, people have said that once you see one, it already knows you've seen it. That's why even today, many Navajo people won't talk about them, not because they don't believe, but because they do. Then came Utah and the ranch that made the name world famous, Skinwalker Ranch, a quiet patch of land in Ballard that turned into the center of everything paranormal. Back in 1996, Terry and Gwen Sherman owned the place. They told reporters they were living through things no one would believe: strange lights hovering over their fields, UFOs, crop circles, and their cattle turning up dead with surgical precision cuts. No blood, no tracks, just mutilated bodies left behind. Researchers soon arrived to investigate. Among them was biochemist Colum Kelleher, who said he once saw a tall humanoid creature perched in a tree watching them. Its eyes glowed yellow like headlights, and when it finally disappeared, it left behind a clawed print, huge, deep, and nothing like any animal known to exist. Even people far from the ranch have their own stories. One man said he saw a white stag with a human face outside his home. Another claimed he watched a creature crawl across a road, stand upright, and stare directly at him before vanishing into the dark. Maybe those are just stories, but in Utah, the pattern's hard to ignore. Every few years, the same kind of terror returns, and it always leads back to one name. Not everyone believes, though. Skeptics say it's all explainable: animals with mange, light tricks, or the mind playing games in a place already known for fear. Even scientists haven't found solid proof, just broken cameras and dead ends. But the Navajo still warn outsiders to stay quiet. They say even speaking of a skinwalker can call it closer. Maybe it's a legend, maybe it's something real, but somewhere out there, in those empty Utah valleys, something might still be watching, waiting for the next person who looks too long into the dark. It was back in 2017 when a guy on Reddit made a post. A few miles south of the US-Canadian border, the Brule River flows through Minnesota's Judge C.R. Magny State Park, where it drops 800 feet in an 8-mile span, creating several waterfalls. A mile and a half north of the shore of Lake Superior, a thick knuckle of rhyolite rock juts out, dividing the river dramatically at the crest of the falls. To the east, a traditional waterfall carves a downward path, but to the west, a geological conundrum awaits visitors. A giant pothole, the Devil's Kettle, swallows half of the Brule, and no one has any idea where it goes. The consensus is that there must be an exit point somewhere beneath Lake Superior, but over the years, researchers and the curious have poured dye, ping pong balls, even logs into the kettle, then watched the lake for any sign of them. So far, none has ever been found. What this guy had pointed out was the Devil's Kettle, one of Minnesota's biggest mysteries, a natural puzzle that even scientists struggled to solve. Judge C.R. Magny State Park sits along Lake Superior's north shore. It's known for its rugged cliffs, forest trails, and the Brule River that cuts right through it. But deep inside the park is the Devil's Kettle, a waterfall where half the river flows normally and the other half vanishes into a dark hole carved in solid rock. For decades, people have thrown sticks, ping pong balls, even GPS trackers into it, hoping to see where the water resurfaces. Nothing ever came back. Some even joked it might connect to another world. It wasn't until 2017 that hydrologists finally tested it properly. They measured the water flow above the falls and compared it to the flow below, and it was identical, meaning the water didn't disappear at all. It simply rejoined the river through underground cracks a short distance downstream. But here's the thing, none of these theories have ever been fully proven. There's no footage, no tracer dye results, no physical evidence of where the missing water actually resurfaces, just ideas and educated guesses. And that's what keeps the mystery alive. They have dropped lots of stuff down and none of it has ever resurfaced. They cannot determine where it goes, but it does not appear it ever meets up again. Maybe the Devil's Kettle has a simple scientific answer, or maybe it's one of those rare places where nature refuses to show all its cards. Either way, watching half a river disappear into stone feels otherworldly. It's a reminder that even in a world mapped and measured by science, there are still places that don't give up their secrets so easily. From bizarre UAP sightings, evil creatures being hunted, to strange entities caught on cameras. These are just a few of the things we'll look at. The start of December marked a very unusual situation in New Jersey because, one after another, hundreds of witnesses and clips were uploaded online, claiming that a UFO-like object had been seen in the sky.
Mysterious drones flying above multiple counties, and no one really seems to know exactly what's going on.
There were all types of drones lurking in the skies. They were seen at night and during the daytime. Sometimes there was just a single drone flying, and other times there were even multiple drones, leaving people confused about what exactly was happening.
Like a helicopter, depending on how big they are is how loud they are. There's red and green lights on either side of them.
Now, the whole thing started on December 12th, 2024, when a video was recorded of mysterious drones flying in the sky at night. The person recording had no idea what it was, so they caught it on camera and even reported it to the local police.
We're on the highway and out in the distance we see all these lights.
But this was the first sighting to be reported, though not the first to ever happen. When people went to New Jersey to talk to the locals, they realized this was not the first time mysterious drone sightings had occurred there.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like a mom, so I do my mom walkthroughs and this, that, or whatever. So I hear like this loud sound. It sounds like a generator or something.
So according to that woman, it was a drone in the sky with the loudest sound she had ever heard. But surprisingly enough, if all this had been happening for a year, why didn't anyone notice it? Until, of course, December 2024, when multiple people came forward at once with so many clips and pieces of evidence. And if you think this was only happening in New Jersey, then you are wrong, because this has also been recorded all around the globe, like this clip, which was recently recorded in Argentina. But while this clip showed a whole bunch of drones flying at night, there were fewer drones recorded in Ohio as well. And this one gets scarier because the drones just disappeared into thin air.
What I don't understand is how they're circling so close.
Yeah, what is going on there?
Whatever's trailing behind them just disappears.
Yeah, then it's gone.
But then people kept claiming they were just drones or planes in the sky, which left people confused until a video surfaced online that had everyone quiet. The giant UFO-like thing caught in the clip was nothing close to either a drone or a plane. And the sightings just never stopped. One after another, people kept seeing these weird things in the sky with no one to answer their questions.
Marmora, New Jersey.
They were coming in all shapes and sizes, sometimes huge, sometimes small, and other times in shapes no one could identify.
I've been seeing them at like 4 in the morning.
Have you?
Like twice.
That's, I mean, that is seeing sex.
And with the volume of these clips and the way people were raising questions, the whole thing went mainstream, with journalists starting to ask what was happening.
For a month now, and we have no answers, and these drones have not stopped.
This pushed the mayor and others to give their take on whatever was happening, but it appeared they themselves had no clue. All they could say was that these drones were not a threat to the public, but when asked what they were, they seemed just as clueless as the public.
They were saying that they pose no threat. Now they realize that they can't say that. They don't know if these things are carrying payload. This is what they told us in the briefing.
Eventually, they even handed the whole case to the FBI to investigate what was happening, as residents were getting scared. Of course, anyone would be if their privacy was being breached this way, or worse, if those were some non-human entities just waiting to strike.
What the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
The Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity.
So yeah, for now, even the FBI has no clue what is happening in New Jersey or the whole world. Is it the apocalypse we've been warned about? Or just some people playing pranks on us? No one knows. For now, the FAA has banned anyone from flying drones in parts of New York and New Jersey, just to be safe. It was 11 p.m. on January 21st, 2013, when a YouTuber named Para Breakdown uploaded a video to his channel in which he appeared to be talking to the camera while deadly screams echoed in the background.
21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house, and you hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird.
According to him, he was far from his home, and whatever creature was making those noises was clearly not a dog or a hyena. But then, a couple of minutes later, it sounded like the creature was starting to get closer.
I mean, that almost sounds like laughter.
The man stood there, recording all those deadly screams and laughter, like an evil entity getting closer to him. But then, a few minutes later, he heard this.
Pretty sure my friend who's doing a documentary on Bigfoot will enjoy this footage.
One after another, more shots were heard, followed by a loud scream. Probably someone was too irritated by the creature because, after that, there was complete silence. On October 31st, 2024, a video was uploaded on YouTube where the user claimed they had set up a trail camera near one of their Jeeps during a trip to Ruby Falls in Alberta. They just wanted to be safe, but little did they know things were about to get creepy later that night. This is what the camera recorded. A weird, shadowy figure appeared on the screen, walking just like a human would, but the vagueness of it was enough to suggest that it was not a human being. But then, what was it? A hoax or an actual humanoid being? Let me know in the comments below. Uploaded on TikTok by a user named Suntukajasi, the clip showcases some memorable moments a family recorded when they went on a trip together. However, what they didn't know was that they were not the only people there. Someone was following them. A little far behind them, on the other side of the waterfall, stood a black figure seemingly looking at them. If I zoom in a bit, you will see how the figure resembles a human being. However, according to the family, there were not many people, let alone on that dangerous side. So then, who was it? Many thought it to be a ghost, while others said he might be just someone with bad intentions, looking for an opportunity to strike. A selfie taken by 13-year-old Adele shook the whole internet. What appeared like a harmless selfie had a scary shadow lurking behind her. Right beside her brother, Colton, was a figure Adele had never seen before. Many, including Adele and her family, believed it to be a ghost photobombing her selfie. But whose ghost was it? And did it travel with them to the town? Those are some of the questions that still haunt Adele and her brother. This video was uploaded by a user who went with his friends to a forest famous for witchcraft, located right next to a railroad with a bridge above it. They spent hours there, trying different things and seeing if they would catch anything on camera. From the hours-long footage, this is the most haunting thing they noticed.
Other people, and we can ask them questions as well.
As the camera moved, capturing all the tall trees in the forest, a shadow seemingly appeared on the camera. According to the man, many would think it was a tree, but since he and his dad are into this witchcraft thing, they knew it wasn't a tree. According to them, it could be a witch just staring at them from the corner. Still, the whole thing remains a mystery. A TikTok user uploaded a video on July 20th, 2024, while hiking in the forest on a rainy day. As he ventured further, he noticed a strange area covered by trees.
I mean, all bullshit aside, this is pretty cool, right? What they say about going under arches in the woods.
What he found was a chilling sight, a sacrificial fire ring and a chimney. But things only got scarier from there.
I heard it again.
Oh, shit! While recording, he suddenly heard a voice say "hi," sending shivers down his spine. He ran out of the forest as fast as he could, grateful to have escaped unharmed. On August 9th, 2019, two friends explored a haunted forest, hoping to experience something paranormal. After hours with no results, they captured this video. A shadowy figure appeared behind them, standing atop a structure. Skeptics might doubt its existence, but the figure's movement as the friends walked away suggested it was very real. A Reddit user uploaded a video from when he was hiking in the woods. Sensing someone nearby, he took out his camera to record. This is what he captured.
Alright, well, I'm just going for a walk. That's a bit sus. I even looked that way and there was nothing there earlier. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. I'm going home now. Bye-bye.
At first, he thought it was just a tree, but then he noticed a black spot on top, likely its head or hair. That's when he realized it might be the girl his sister told stories about. He quickly left, deciding never to return. A woman living near a forest experienced her usual day, until one day she went out and recorded something strange. And that was the first day. She kept seeing the creature every other day, always jumping around behind the trees, but never coming closer. She uploaded these videos on TikTok, hoping someone could help her identify what it was, but no one knew. This video, captured by a kayaker, thrusts us into a startling scenario I know no one would want to be in. The kayaker, isolated in the vastness of the ocean, finds themselves in a heart-pounding situation. The water's surface, once a picture of calm, now betrays the movement of something immense lurking below. The suspense is palpable, as viewers can only imagine the size and nature of the creature causing such a disturbance. With my thalassophobia, I could never go into such deep waters with my kayak. But the video left me wondering, what could cause such a wave? An eerie setting becomes the backdrop for a chilling video that's bound to leave a lasting impression on anyone who dares to watch. The drone glides silently, its camera capturing the solemn tranquility of the cemetery below. Then, something unexpected and unsettling enters the frame. Beside one of the graves, a shadowy presence becomes apparent. It's not just any shadow. This one is unique. It appears as a translucent figure, a specter that moves with an otherworldly grace. This ghostly apparition doesn't seem bound by the laws of the physical world, and its presence in such a sacred and solemn place amplifies the eerie atmosphere. The sight of this shadowy figure, captured so clearly yet so mysteriously by the drone, sends me shivers down the spine. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. Ever heard the advice to climb to a high place if you encounter a bear? Well, this video might make you think twice. Recorded by villagers, the footage unfolds with a group of men standing on the roof of a house, looking visibly frightened. One of them is wielding a long piece of log, presumably to fend off an approaching threat. Suddenly, the cause of their fear enters the frame. A hefty bear. The bear, determined and unfazed, climbs on the wheat stacks and uses them as a makeshift ladder to reach the roof. Witnessing this, panic ensues, and everyone starts sprinting for their lives. The bear, seemingly irritated or agitated, picks a target and chases them off the roof. Despite the tense situation, some villagers appear to be smiling, suggesting they may have experience dealing with such bear encounters and knew how to handle the situation. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. And what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari, where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight. Suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. While some may speculate that it's a baboon, the unique and potentially damaged appearance of its face raises questions. I think that it could have faced confrontations with other baboons, which is common as they vie for territory. What are your thoughts on this strange creature sighting? This video was being recorded by two sisters just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while. But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Ever thought you were lucky? Well, you've got nothing on this guy. This video was taken by a hiker out for a morning stroll in the Australian woods. Hearing the rare clucking of birds, the hiker began recording, hoping to catch a glimpse of the source. Out of nowhere, a tiger comes charging towards the hiker at lightning speed. Panic sets in, and he can't help but scream in terror as the massive predator hurtles past him, mere inches away. Fortunately, luck was on hiker's side today. The tiger, perhaps preoccupied with other matters or simply uninterested in a confrontation, pays him no mind and continues on its way, disappearing into the dense foliage as quickly as it appeared. Watching the footage back, you realize just how close the hiker was to death. The tiger's lightning-fast speed leaves us in awe, realizing that had it chosen to attack, there would have been little chance of escape. This footage from Australia gives us a glimpse of why life there can be a bit challenging. In the video, captured on a security camera, a homeowner steps into her backyard at night, drawn by strange noises. Suddenly, she's taken aback by a peculiar flying bug darting towards her. Startled, she quickly swats it away with her hands and retreats indoors, slamming the door shut behind her. The bug is huge, and its flight pattern is quite odd, almost as if it's carrying something while flying. Maybe it's just a regular insect, with its prey in its mouth, but the size of the prey seems too big for that. Luckily, the lady manages to shut the door before the creepy bug can follow her inside. It's moments like these that remind us of the wild and unpredictable nature of Australia's wildlife. Working as a zookeeper is usually a dream job, surrounded by nature and animals. However, there are moments like this one that make me question that belief. This clip, captured at the Fort Worth Zoo by a tourist, depicts a terrifying scene as a zookeeper finds herself being chased by a silverback gorilla. Emerging from its den, the silverback spots the zookeeper, prompting it to become agitated and pursue her. The zookeeper, panicked and frantic, dashes towards the exit door, pleading for assistance as she stands in the narrow doorway. Fortunately, luck is on the zookeeper's side as the silverback, after a fierce and agile pursuit, decides to halt. Pausing in its tracks, the silverback fixes its gaze directly at the zookeeper, perhaps issuing a warning to stay out of its territory. and was a harrowing experience, and one that certainly sent chills down the spines of the tourists witnessing it firsthand. However, upon reflection, it's clear that the incident was likely a result of the zookeeper inadvertently intruding upon the gorilla's space. Silverback gorillas are renowned for their territorial behavior, and the one in the video simply acted according to its natural instinct. This video shared on Instagram serves as a chilling reminder of why late-night trips to the kitchen might not be the best idea, and why keeping a water bottle by your bedside is a wise move. Recorded by a nanny cam, the footage unveils a dimly lit kitchen. Suddenly, the motion sensor light flickers on as the homeowner enters the room, but as the light illuminates the space, something eerie catches the eye. A head peeking through the partially opened door beside the fridge. Swiftly, the mysterious figure retreats into the shadows, seemingly unnoticed by the homeowner. Unaware of the presence lurking in her home, the homeowner proceeds with her task and closes the door before exiting the frame. It's a spine-tingling moment, realizing that someone or something was watching from the shadows without your knowledge. Describing the creature's appearance sends shivers down the spine. It certainly doesn't resemble anything human. With its alien-like facial features, characterized by large, hollow black eyes and pallid white skin, it's a sight straight out of a horror movie. After witnessing this unsettling encounter, I will keep a water bottle within arm's reach at all times, so I never have to face such an unnerving situation like that. A group of guys found something terrifying inside an abandoned house during the night. They seemed to be on the hunt for something, possibly curious or intrigued by the house's history, or rumors that it might be haunted.
Cover my bag, alright.
As they explore, their suspicions seem to be confirmed in a startling way. Suddenly, a humanoid shape appears, emerging from behind one of the doors. The possibility that it might be a ghost seems to fit the eerie setting and the house's abandoned, mysterious nature. The video's blurriness makes it hard to see any clear details, adding to the spooky and uncertain atmosphere of the encounter. The appearance of this figure triggers immediate fear in the group. Their reaction is instinctive. They start to run, hurrying down the stairs in an attempt to leave the house as quickly as possible. I don't know how these people are so brave to go check this kind of places. I am terrified only by the idea of a ghost. The video presents a captivating optical illusion that initially confuses the viewer. At first glance, it appears to show a black t-shirt flying through a light blue sky, which might be mistaken for a cloudy backdrop. The object even seems to leave traces behind it, similar to the trail of an airplane, enhancing the illusion that it's soaring through the sky. However, the reality of the scene is revealed through a simple yet effective trick, flipping the screen. When the perspective is inverted, it becomes clear that the supposed flying t-shirt is actually a duck swimming in a lake. The light blue background that resembled a sky is, in fact, the water of the lake, and what seemed like trails in the sky are ripples in the water created by the duck's movement. My mind was blown when I realized that what I thought to be a flying t-shirt appeared to be just a duck on a lake. This optical illusion cleverly plays with our perceptions, using the context and orientation to transform an ordinary scene into something entirely different. In this video, a man films the peak of a towering mountain. As he zooms in, The camera reveals a surprising sight atop the mountain, a large black figure, its size and shape evoking the image of the legendary Bigfoot. The figure's presence on the cloud, enshrouded peak, adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the footage. The contrast between the distant lofty peak and the striking silhouette of the figure is striking. Watching this, one can't help but feel a sense of unease mixed with fascination. The possibility of such a creature like Bigfoot existing in such remote and inaccessible places stirs the imagination and curiosity. In this video, a man is hiking through a forest, likely in autumn, as indicated by the leafless trees. He spots a black, hairy creature off the side of the path, piquing his curiosity. Intrigued, he follows the figure with his camera as it crosses the path, moving calmly and seemingly unaware of being observed. The creature walks on 2 feet, adding to the mystery. As the man continues to film, he momentarily loses sight of the creature among the trees, but persists and manages to recapture its image. This peculiar detail leads to speculation about the creature's identity. The calm demeanor of the creature, especially in the presence of a human, is intriguing. It doesn't exhibit any predatory behavior, which casts doubt on the idea of it being a dangerous entity like a dogman. This raises questions about the authenticity of the video. The footage leaves an unsettling feeling. Is that really the best footage to date of a real dogman, or is it fake? This video, captured by an aquatic life researcher, showcases a truly unusual creature. A sea slug. This slug isn't your typical garden variety. Its body has a soft, almost jelly-like texture and appears translucent, allowing a glimpse of its internal organs, which resemble a web-like structure. It moves in a unique way, extending its gooey body to navigate its environment. While not large, its movement might be considered unsettling by some viewers, with its squishy body and elongated shape. I don't know about you guys, but I can see a slender internal structure for a worm being digested by the creature. As it propels itself forward, it grips onto rocks and other objects with its body. Now, while the appearance might not be everyone's cup of tea, it's important to remember that this creature plays a vital role in the marine ecosystem. So, next time you see a strange creature in a video, remember that even the most unusual organisms have their place in the natural world, and they often play fascinating and crucial roles in their ecosystem. Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one. making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. Ever felt like someone's watching you while walking alone? Well, this hiker experienced just that and decided to record what he sensed. In a forest, he felt eyes fixated on him, prompting him to open his camera. What he captured was a black figure peering directly at him from behind a tree. This mysterious being was stalking the hiker, completely unaware of being spotted. The creature, like others we have seen in previous clips, appeared quite humanoid and was covered in thick black fur. To me, it resembled a Bigfoot, but it's hard to say for sure since the video was recorded from a distance, making the facial features less visible. What are your thoughts on this stalking creature? Could it be a Bigfoot? Or might it be something even more terrifying? The video leaves us with a sense of mystery and intrigue about what lurks in the depths of the forest. While on a forest road trip in California, a family encountered an eerie sight captured in front of their car's headlights. As they traversed a desolate forest road, the camera revealed a massive, hairy creature staring directly at them from the dark woods. The creature, covered in thick black fur, exhibited a humanoid posture and body frame. The eerie aspect of the clip lay in the mysterious identity of this creature, which seemed to be patiently waiting in the woods, creating a chilling atmosphere, as if anticipating someone's arrival to carry out its unknown intentions. It is advisable to keep driving in such situations unless faced with an extreme emergency to avoid potential encounters with such unsettling entities. There are two types of people in the world: those who believe in aliens and those who have never encountered one. If you fall into the latter category, this video might just flip your perspective 180 degrees. Hailing from the Acadian woods in Canada, the footage captures a strange creature that locals have stumbled upon. The scene unfolds with a stone structure in the woods, on which an unusual alien-like creature is perched. The creature's body resembles that of a grasshopper, while its head evokes the imagery of extraterrestrials from movies, emitting eerie and unsettling noises. This creature has the potential to haunt your nightmares for years. Despite being recorded by vigilant onlookers, the creature doesn't appear agitated or aggressive. It remains calmly seated until the end of the video. The mystery surrounding this cryptid creature deepens, as its characteristics defy any known references. If you have information about this unsettling entity, feel free to share in the comments and enlighten others about its identity. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Dolls, especially the old ones. And this video perfectly illustrates why. The footage is from an unknown person who seems to be inside a dimly lit house. There is also an eerie laughter echoing in the background. And there is a mysterious figure standing in the distance. The cameraman, feeling a bit uneasy, bravely decides to investigate the source of the laughter and cautiously approaches the figure. As he gets closer, it turns out that the mysterious figure was just a doll. However, the laughter persists, and upon closer inspection, two hands become visible behind the doll. Startled, the cameraman quickly checks behind the doll, only to find no one there. Ready to leave, he notices something even more chilling. The doll's pupils move on their own. Frightened, the cameraman makes a swift escape. This video is pretty chilling, and it is reinforcing my fear of dolls being potential hosts for spirits and ghosts. This video has some viewers on edge. It features two friends who were home alone when they heard an unsettling hissing sound coming from their kitchen window. Curious and a little spooked, they peeked through the window and got a real shock.
Your window. He's coming in the house.
They saw a strange creature, seemingly a mix of dog and human features, peering back at them. One of the friends, understandably terrified, screamed and ran. The video ends abruptly after that. Upon slowing down and pausing the footage, some viewers claim the creature resembles the legendary Michigan Dogman. This creature is said to be a tall, bipedal creature with dog-like features and glowing eyes. Whether it was the Michigan Dogman or something else entirely, the video certainly captures a scary and bizarre encounter. It's important to remember that such encounters are extremely rare and often lack concrete evidence. It's also important to be cautious when encountering unfamiliar situations. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, the safest course of action is to leave the area immediately and seek help from the authorities. This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair, walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? This video takes us inside a hen house, where an unexpected visitor, a fox, has made its way in. The camera captures the fox cautiously observing the hens, embodying the classic predator-prey scenario. Initially, the fox leaves without causing any disturbance. However, moments later, it returns with a more determined approach, leaping from the top of the henhouse in an attempt to catch a hen. Despite its efforts, the fox fails in its first few attempts. In a subsequent try, the fox successfully grabs a hen and bites it. But the hen manages to escape, evading the fox's grip, ultimately leaves the henhouse without any prey. I know the struggles of farm life, and I am sure the owners were pleased of the outcome, considering that a determined fox could have killed all the animals there. But they must also be concerned for the future. From the unique perspective, this video shows the strength that nature has. The scene unfolds with the tornado's fierce winds forcefully moving a football goalpost, spinning it in circles. The sheer strength of the tornado is evident in its ability to effortlessly manipulate such a large and sturdy object. Showcasing the natural phenomenon's might and the mesmerizing yet destructive dance it performs with the objects in its path. These natural phenomena are amazing, and the proximity of the filmer to the tornado adds a palpable sense of danger. The video, possibly captured by a surveillance camera or a bystander from the side of the road, showcases a heart-stopping moment that unfolds like a miracle. It features a man who is seated beside his motorbike on the roadside, seemingly taking a break. Out of nowhere, a dramatic turn of events occurs. A bulldozer, which is moving along the road, unexpectedly veers to the left, heading directly towards the man and his motorbike. In a twist of fate, another vehicle coming from the opposite direction intervenes at the crucial moment. This car collides with the bulldozer, effectively altering its path and preventing it from hitting the biker. The impact between the car and the bulldozer creates a narrow escape for the biker, who is miraculously spared from what could have been a catastrophic incident. Although this could have ended up in a better way if the bulldozer driver was paying more attention, I think this was pure luck. Imagine you wake up one morning, go for your usual jog, and see this in your neighborhood.
What the heck is this?
Uploaded on TikTok by user Linzavian, this video is like a scene straight out of a nightmare. It shows a human-sized bat hanging upside down in a window frame, swinging slightly. This creature looks absolutely terrifying, almost like a twisted hybrid of a human and a bat from the depths of hell. While there could be a logical explanation, such as it being a Halloween decoration or someone playing a prank, it still sends shivers down the spine. The mere thought of these giant bats potentially lurking around, possibly sucking blood, is enough to terrify even the most brave ones. Let's just hope it's nothing more than a spooky prank and not a glimpse into a terrifying reality. Life on land is pretty simple and straightforward, but underwater, that's a whole different story. In this video captured by a hiker, we're treated to a strange sight beneath the water's surface. As the camera dips below, we spot the body of a deer on the seabed, but there's something eerie about it. We quickly come to realize that the deer is in the mouth of a crocodile, silently sitting there with its slain prey. What makes this scene more creepy is how close this person is to the predator. Just a small step into that shallow water, and they might be the one in the croc's mouth. So, folks, be careful when you go out in the wild. When I first stumbled upon this video, I couldn't help but feel a rush of excitement, thinking that my childhood fantasy of encountering a real-life mermaid might finally be coming true. But as I pondered it further, a wave of genuine fear washed over me. The clip, hailing from Indonesia, showcases a group of rescuers gathered on the shore, surrounding a creature that resembles a fish. But there is something really strange about it. This creature has a really weird upper body, wrapped in cloth. Despite being swathed in fabric, the creature's tail moves, indicating signs of life. Judging by the reactions of the onlookers and the demeanor of the rescue team, it's evident that this is no ordinary fish. In fact, it seems to possess a humanoid upper body. Could it be possible that what they've stumbled upon is a real-life mermaid captured by Indonesian rescue guards? The creature's length is remarkable, easily spanning between 8 to 10 feet. However, the manner in which it's wrapped by the rescuers is undeniably eerie and leaves much to the imagination. Perhaps if they had provided us with a glimpse of the creature itself, we might have a better chance of comprehending the situation. Being stared at or feeling someone lurking can be an eerie and unsettling experience on its own. But when you're unsure whether the thing staring at you is real or not, it adds an extra layer of fear. In this video, an explorer makes a creepy discovery while hiking in the mountains. They come across a small opening, and inside, they find a face constructed from stones, seemingly staring back at them. What makes it even creepier is that the face appears to be smiling, and there is a whole dark vibe about that smile. Also, there's a strange transformation noted by some viewers. At the beginning of the video, the face might not have been smiling, but as the camera zooms in, it seems to smile directly at the camera. This experience is truly chilling, especially considering it's in a remote mountain area where it's unlikely someone created the face for tourist purposes. Trail cameras and Bigfoot sightings often go hand in hand, leaving us wondering whether these legendary creatures truly exist. In this trail cam footage, we can see a dark black figure lurking behind a tree, attempting to remain hidden from the trail camera's view. However, after some time, it approaches a bit close to the camera, allowing us to discern some of its features. The creature appears to be covered in a thick coat of black hair, and its overall shape resembles that of a classic Bigfoot. Moreover, since we can only see its upper body frame, it's evident that the creature is quite wide and towering in stature. So, what do you think this creature was? Was it merely a buffed-up gorilla or a genuine sighting of the mighty Bigfoot? While hiking in the forest, it's essential to be aware of potential animal predators to ensure your safety. However, what about trees? Can they host such things? In this video, captured by a hiker on a forest trail in Canada, we can see a figure that resembles a human standing on top of a tree in the distance. This figure appears to maintain its balance effortlessly, without the need for hand support. It moves around, and it has human-like features, including skinny arms, a head that resembles a human shape, and long hair. People who have viewed this video have suggested that it might be an experienced tree climber, possibly a local forest resident. Nevertheless, the ease with which this figure stands on the tree is both unsettling and remarkable. It raises questions about the potential presence of skilled climbers in the forest canopy and adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the wilderness. This video was posted on Facebook by a user named Aristo, who was convinced that he had captured Bigfoot on his camera. The video starts with the cameraman running and breathing heavily, as if he had spotted something in the woods and was either trying to capture it on camera or possibly even running from it. After a moment, the cameraman stops and focuses his camera on the distance, revealing a massive dark black creature that resembles an ape making its way through the bushes. This confirms that the cameraman was indeed chasing after this creature. As the cameraman moves a bit closer, he captures another glimpse of this creature, and this time we see it standing upright. Its posture is unlike that of a gorilla, more reminiscent of a human. It's also quite tall and has long arms. Nevertheless, I want to believe that it was indeed an ape or a gorilla. Otherwise, my fear whispers that it must be Bigfoot. This video takes us to the Philippines, where locals are gathered around a creature perched on a store roof during the night. As one of the locals shines a flashlight on the cryptid, we get a glimpse of its truly terrifying features. The creature has a human-like body and facial features, but the way it is hunched on the roof is incredibly eerie and sends shivers down one's spine. This menacing creature appears to be possibly lurking for something. What's particularly strange is that in the street beside the store, people are casually walking by as if they are unaware of the lurking cryptid's presence. Additionally, towards the end of the video, the locals recording it seem to be laughing. The laughter could be interpreted in different ways. It might suggest that this encounter is fake or a prank staged by them. When I say I'm scared of wind, I'm not referring to the pleasant breezes. I'm talking about something like this. In this video, we witness a ferocious wind wreaking havoc outside a facility in China. The intensity of the wind is so powerful that it lifts up boards and even trees. Its speed is remarkable, and the video reveals the presence of particles mixed with the wind, adding an extra layer of danger. Recorded by employees on a night duty shift, they wisely chose to stay inside the building while this fierce windstorm unfolded outside. This decision was crucial considering the potential risks of walking around in such hazardous wind conditions. The footage serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and sometimes strange nature of strong winds, highlighting the importance of staying sheltered and safe during such weather events. Security cameras are typically installed in homes to provide a sense of security and safety, reassuring us that we are protected. However, there are times when these cameras capture something that makes us feel quite the opposite, unsettled and unsafe. This picture was shared on Reddit's Creepy Captures subreddit by a user who recounted a strange incident. The user explained that it was midnight when their door security alarm went off. Naturally, they went to check who might be at the door, but to their surprise, there was no one there. Intrigued and concerned, they decided to review the camera footage, and that's when they came across this eerie figure. The figure in the image looks as though it's right out of a horror movie. It has a Slender Man-like face and an overall creepy appearance. Moreover, it seems to be holding something in its hand, adding to the mystery and unease surrounding it. Whatever this bizarre creature may be, one can only hope it never pays them a visit in person. This video isn't necessarily scary, but it does capture a rather unusual and puzzling encounter. In the video, a driver is recording a child who is running toward their car. What makes this situation peculiar is the child's running style and the way their head is tilted to the side. As the child approaches the car, the person inside asks if they are okay and inquires about the whereabouts of their mother.
Bro, what in the ever-loving shit am I looking at right now? Dude, this kid's coming up on me. Like, hey buddy, are you okay? You can't be out here. Where's your mommy? Hey buddy.
However, the child doesn't respond and simply gazes at the trees on the side of the road. The aspect that raises concerns is the absence of the child's parents. Leaving a child alone in the middle of the road like this is certainly not safe or responsible parenting. One can only hope that the child safely made their way back home, and it would be wise for the driver to report the situation to the relevant authorities to ensure the child's well-being. Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? A man was peacefully sleeping when suddenly, his ducks outside started making a ruckus as if they were under attack by some predator. In a hurry, he rushed outside with his camera, hoping to capture whatever was disturbing them. As he pointed his camera towards their shelter, everything seemed normal at first. However, if we rewind the video and slow it down, we can spot an eerie sight. A pair of eerie, lifeless glowing eyes lurking near the duck's house. These mysterious eyes quickly darted out of view when the camera turned their way. In the moment, the man recording the video didn't notice the unsettling eyes, but when he later reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In a video captured by a hiker during a trip through the Canadian forest, something initially appeared to be a lurking bear among the trees. However, as the hiker zoomed in for a closer look, it became clear that this was no bear. Strangely, this creature seemed to recognize the hiker, despite the hiker's attempts to remain hidden in some bushes. For some time, this mysterious creature simply stared blankly at the hiker, almost as if it was studying him. Eventually, it retreated back into the depths of the forest. What makes this encounter especially eerie is the uncertainty of its intention. Right from the beginning, this creature appeared massive, even though we never got a full view of its body. It was covered in thick orange-brown fur and bore a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. Ghosts might not be aware of our modern security cameras and surveillance technology, often choosing to reveal themselves when they believe no one is watching. A peculiar encounter occurred in the kitchen of a restaurant after it had closed for the night. In this eerie incident, a trolley began to move on its own, sliding a short distance before items resting on it tumbled to the ground. It was a closed environment with no one present, eliminating the possibility of a breeze or wind causing the movement. While some might argue that the floor had a slight slope, causing the trolley's movement, it raises a curious question. Why were the other two trolleys nearby not affected in the same way? This inexplicable sight left those who witnessed it feeling both unsettled and bewildered. One can only imagine the unease restaurant workers might feel. This intriguing video originates from a trail camera placed within an Australian ironwood forest. Its primary purpose was to monitor the local fox population, but it ended up capturing something truly captivating. As the video begins, we're presented with a nighttime view of the forest. Suddenly, the sound of branches crunching under pressure becomes evident, indicating the presence of something moving. Then, a dark figure emerges, strolling through the woods. This figure stands impressively tall and massive, easily measuring around 8 to 9 feet in height. Its appearance is somewhat humanoid, marked by a hunched back and long, slender arms. The mystery of this creature's identity has sparked debates among viewers. Some speculate it could be the Australian version of Bigfoot, while others propose that it might be a chimpanzee or even a gorilla. What do you think this colossal being could be? Considering that we've only explored 5% of the ocean, it's intriguing to ponder what incredible and massive creatures might inhabit the remaining 95%. This video offers a glimpse of the ocean, and we can spot a large, enigmatic creature on the water surface. Right from the beginning, this creature appears remarkably large and possesses an unusual half-body that doesn't resemble any aquatic creature we're familiar with. As it swims further away, its enormous body displaces a significant amount of water, emphasizing its immense size. Additionally, in the video, we can see other fishermen working in the distance. It's quite unnerving to imagine them laboring in the vicinity of this mysterious river monster. Ever dream of seeing a real mermaid, just like in the movies? This video might bring back those childhood fantasies. It claims to show a mermaid swimming in the Great Barrier Reef. Back in 2011, deep divers were exploring the ocean depths, studying the amazing underwater creatures. While filming their journey, their head camera captured something strange. A fish that looked half human, half fish. It resembled what we typically picture as a mermaid. The video shows the creature twice, and both times it appears to be a mermaid. It's definitely a bizarre and fascinating sight, sparking questions about what lies beneath the ocean waves. However, there's always a chance this could be a hoax or clever editing. So, is it real or is it fake? You decide. A group of paranormal investigators in South Africa were on a mission to explore a desolate area rumored to be haunted by locals. Armed with their equipment and a bit of doubt, they spent the night recording the area, searching for any evidence of the paranormal. Suddenly, in the dead of night, their investigation took a chilling turn. In the distance, on the deserted road, they spotted a figure. It stood motionless, shrouded in the darkness. This figure, vaguely resembling a young girl, was translucent, almost transparent, allowing the investigators to see straight through it. The desolate surroundings, with the forest looming on either side of the road, only amplified the unsettling atmosphere. After a moment of stunned silence, realizing the local legends might hold some truth after all, the investigators decided to cut their investigation short. They quickly packed their equipment and left the area, leaving the eerie figure standing alone on the deserted road. This encounter, unlike many of their past experiences, left the investigators shaken, forcing them to confront the possibility of the truly unknown. People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
What are you barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible. A tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what. It was a truly chilling experience. This video, originating from Russia, showcases the sheer force of nature in action. Recorded by a mountain climber, the footage captures a distant mountain peak adorned with trees. What's particularly intriguing is that one of the trees starts moving in an unusual and unsettling manner, as if someone with immense strength is holding and swaying it on the peak. This peculiar straight-line movement suggests a powerful force at play, possibly a colossal, unidentified forest creature. While one plausible explanation could be a feller buncher, a heavy machinery used for cutting trees, the tree's eerie motion remains quite mysterious. Trail cameras are fantastic for capturing the unseen mysteries of the woods, but sometimes they reveal things we weren't meant to witness. In this nighttime trail camera footage, a group of deer stands attentively, clearly spooked by something lurking in the dark ahead. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerges, its body reflecting the light from the trail camera. The deer remain on high alert, fixated on this mysterious presence. Just as swiftly as it appears, the shadowy creature vanishes into the darkness once more. This encounter was undeniably unsettling for these unsuspecting deer, and one can only hope they remained safe from this enigmatic entity. Have you ever heard of the creature known as Mothman? Mothman sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1968, and newspapers were filled with accounts of these appearances. Mothman is a creature with a combination of humanoid and moth-like features, and its appearance can be quite scary and unsettling. But if you think you're safe now because the last sighting was in the 1960s, you might be mistaken. This video comes from Iran, where a villager investigates strange noises emanating from a nearby mountain. As he approaches with a flashlight, he spots a truly eerie figure resembling Mothman perched on the peak ahead. The creature has a red head and is enveloped in wings, and the reflection of its eyes in the flashlight's beam is particularly chilling. This video adds yet another mysterious creature to the list of things that give me the creeps. I don't understand why explorers often choose to explore the scariest and most dangerous places, and sometimes they do it at night. This video is from an abandoned property that an explorer decided to investigate. In this particular video, the explorer is exploring a cabin deep within the woods. As they venture inside, they suddenly hear a truly unsettling scream that seems to come straight out of a demon's nightmares. This blood-curdling scream startles the explorer, causing them to step back. After mustering up some courage, the explorer decides to record inside the cabin, and we catch a glimpse of the demon-like creature. It appears to be a small humanoid creature with naked skin, and it gives off a hostile and protective vibe, guarding its territory and warning the explorer to stay away. We should be grateful that the explorer heeded the demon's warning and didn't venture inside, as who knows what might have happened if they did. One of my biggest fears is strange occurrences in the sky, and this video is like a scene from a nightmare. Recorded in California, the video captures a bizarre, eerie noise emanating from the night sky.
What could be the cause of that?
The sound is deep, with an eerie echo, and it includes loud rumbling. Some viewers have suggested that it might be caused by heavy construction machinery, which could be a reasonable explanation. However, the sound seems to spread oddly in the open sky, making it challenging to pinpoint the source. Additionally, there are no visible structures in the video that could reflect the sound and create such noises. This noise was truly strange, and if it's a rare natural phenomenon, I hope someone can shed light on it by leaving a comment below so we can all learn more about it. Imagine you're in your apartment, fast asleep, and suddenly you hear strange noises coming from the roof. You decide to step outside to investigate, and to your surprise, you spot a creepy creature perched up there, staring right at you. In a video, we can see the creature on the roof of an apartment building. It's quite large, but it's hard to make out its appearance due to the darkness. This creature is fixedly gazing at the person recording the video. What's truly eerie about these encounters is that we have no idea what these creatures want or what their intentions might be. Hopefully, this creature was just curious about the weather up there and returned to wherever it came from. It's not a good idea to venture into the dark with just a flashlight when you hear strange noises. In a video, a couple heard something outside their house and decided to record as they checked out the source of the noise. The wife walked around and inspected the property while the husband joined her. While she was checking around, she shone her flashlight on the storage room door, and there, a face appeared. This face didn't look human. It resembled a cryptid. Surprisingly, the wife didn't notice it while taking this video. Only once she checked the recording again did she spot that strange thing. It was quite scary to think that this cryptid was lurking in the darkness, and the couple still hadn't seen it. This video comes all the way from Russia, and it claims to show a real sighting of the legendary Yeti. In the video, we're in a snowy place, and then, out from behind a tree, a massive creature appears. When you see it, you'll notice just how big this creature is, especially when you compare it to the nearby trees. It's covered in white fur, which might make you think of a polar bear at first, but its sheer size is pretty startling and unusual. What's even more strange is that when this creature takes a few steps, you can see its entire body, and it's standing on two hind legs. Polar bears typically can't do that. So if it's not a polar bear, could it be the legendary Yeti? Or perhaps something even more mysterious and cryptic than that? A group of construction workers, busy with their pipe-laying job, started hearing unusual sounds coming from one of the sewer holes. They got curious and decided to investigate. In the video, you can hear the workers discussing the strange noises coming from the sewer. As they work, one of the workers, recording the scene, moves closer to the sewer hole to get a better look. Suddenly, a weird and creepy head pops out for just a moment before disappearing. This really spooks the workers, and they quickly step back, looking quite startled. Upon closer examination, that mysterious head appeared to be that of a lady ghost. It had a dark complexion and some very odd, alien-like eyes. After this eerie encounter, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these construction workers thought about quitting their jobs the next day. I think horses are some of the most loyal and powerful animals around, but there are things that can even frighten these strong-willed creatures. This video is from a horse stable, showing us the view of the stable with horses in it. Out of the blue, one of the horses gets spooked, as if it sensed some kind of danger nearby. All the other horses in the stable also become uneasy and anxious, like something has entered their space and is causing them fear. After a while, we get to see what's causing all this commotion. It turns out to be a strange, unknown creature. This peculiar entity comes into contact with one of the horses and seems to be doing something to it. The horse, after this encounter, is really scared and calls out for help. What do you think this odd-looking creature could be? Could it be a ghost? This video comes from a hiker who was out exploring the beauty of nature but stumbled upon something quite remarkable. In the video, we're looking at a scene with bushes, and there's someone standing behind those bushes. This figure or creature appears to be covered in black fur. At first, it seems like it might be a bear or a gorilla lurking behind the bushes. However, things take a surprising turn when this figure suddenly stands up, revealing that it's actually a humanoid figure. This unexpected sight spooked the hiker, who wisely decided to make a quick retreat to safety. just in case this strange being decided to follow. Many viewers of this video suggest that it could be the legendary Bigfoot, but the bushes concealing it make it a bit harder to say for certain. Regardless of what it might be, this creature's behavior did give off a somewhat eerie vibe. It's always a good idea to stay away from things you don't understand, or things that might be more powerful than you. This video takes place in Canada and shows a snowy forest area. The person behind the camera seems quite alarmed, possibly because something is chasing them or making them nervous. The camera person zooms in on the woods in the distance, trying to capture whatever it is that's bothering them. Then, they spot a dark humanoid figure walking in the woods. Realizing this, the camera person decides to run away in a hurry. This figure, based on its towering height and the way it walks like a human, seems to resemble the legendary Bigfoot. The hiker also mentioned that they had seen this thing stalking them before, which explains why they were so frightened and uneasy before recording the video. This video was taken in Wessex back in 2007 using a traffic camera. In the video, we're looking at a Wessex highway with cars traveling as usual. Out of the blue, something very strange and fast across the highway. It crosses the road incredibly quickly, even leaping over the highway fence effortlessly. In terms of its appearance, this creature was quite eerie. It had a naked body and a hunched back, making it look somewhat like the mythical creature known as the Rake. Also, its body shape was oddly reminiscent of the Azawak dog breed, but it had a human-like head. The way it moved and its appearance gave it a posture and looked like a dog or a wolf, which has led some to wonder if it might be a werewolf. You've probably seen many videos of mysterious creatures caught on camera, but have you ever witnessed a strange creature sighting on live TV? In this video, it's during an interview on a popular TV channel where a lady is talking about a rally track. While she's giving the interview, something peculiar is happening in the background. There's a ghostly figure floating near the lady's head, and this figure doesn't have a clear, definite shape. It's slowly changing into an irregular form. At first glance, it might seem like a ghostly figure, but there's also a reasonable explanation. It could simply be the lady's hair, and it appears that way due to the quality of the camera. However, no matter what it is, it's undeniably a strange and unexpected sight. This family was enjoying their summer vacation on their farmhouse when they came across something truly unusual. In the video recorded by family, we're looking at a field, and in the distance, there's a dark furred humanoid figure strolling along. You can hear the family's voices filled with confusion and amazement as they try to figure out what this creature might be.
You did.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
You did. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet.
This creature doesn't quite match anything they're familiar with. While it might look a bit like a bear, gorilla, or ape, the way it walks and carries itself doesn't resemble any of those animals. The person who uploaded the video, one of the family members, firmly believed that this was an actual sighting of Bigfoot, mainly because of its tall and human-like appearance. What do you think about this mighty creature? Hearing strange and eerie noises in the pitch-black darkness can be quite frightening, and that's exactly what these kids experienced. In the video, there's a brother and sister recording something in the darkness when suddenly a really scary and weird noise, like rumbling and screaming, breaks out.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards. What was that white thing? Look at what happened.
The sister thinks it might sound like an animal in distress or calling for help. The brother, on the other hand, notices something moving in the distance and mentions that he sees something coming toward them.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards.
It's indeed a strange and unsettling encounter. Many questions arise, such as why these kids are out there in the pitch darkness late at night, and where their parents might be. This video is like something out of a scary nightmare for many of us. It was recorded at a pipeline station, where the camera person was inspecting the pipeline with a flashlight. While they were busy inspecting, something suddenly emerged from behind the pipeline structure and started running. This creature was hunched over and entirely naked, without any fur on its body. It moved in a really eerie way, with its two hands almost touching the ground as it ran. This creature resembled a cryptid monster that might have been lurking around behind these pipelines for some time. Some viewers who watched this video suggested it might be a ghoul, but it didn't quite match the typical appearance of a ghoul, especially because of its strong hunched back. This was indeed a very strange and unsettling encounter. Parents often install nanny cams to keep an eye on their children and ensure their safety. However, in this video, something very eerie and bizarre was captured. The nanny cam recorded this video at 3 in the morning, showing a view of a hallway. In the video, we can hear scratching and banging noises, which are really unsettling. Then, a strange figure's outline appears in the darkness in front. What follows are truly scary sounds, like heavy, anxious breathing and sniffing, as if some possessed animal is breathing nervously. After these strange noises, there's a loud bang, and the room door suddenly opens. As the door opens, the figure goes inside the room, and that's where the video ends. I can only imagine the fear and concern the parents must have felt after seeing this unknown creature wandering around near their children's room like that. If you're not a fan of jump scares or being startled, I should give you a heads up that there's a bit of a jump scare in this dashcam video. In the video, we're looking at the view from a car's dashcam as it's speeding down the road. The car is going really fast and picking up even more speed. Despite this high speed, the driver seems to have good control over the car. But out of the blue, a figure suddenly appears right in front of the car, and there's no time for the driver to brake, so the car goes right through this figure. The strange thing is that this ghostly looking figure seems to come out of nowhere, and when the car goes through it, there's no sound or impact. After that, the camera goes kind of dark. This ghostly figure had a human-like shape, was wearing a black shirt, had no face, and its whole body looked like a witch. Whether it was a ghost or a person, it's always a good idea to drive slowly and safely. Encountering cryptids and strange creatures is scary enough, but being stalked by one through the woods at night takes fear to a whole new level. This video features a couple recording the nearby woods after hearing strange noises emanating from them.
Not showing up on camera. There it is. There it is.
There
What
it
is
is.
it? Oh, there's a bunch of them. Where are they? They're blinking, y'all.
Yeah, I see those eyes right there.
Glenn! Glenn!
You see that?
What is that?
When they shine their flashlight towards the source of the noise, they are met with a truly terrifying sight. A pair of eyes staring back at them, blinking eerily. Even their dog senses the unholy presence of this stalking creature hidden in the woods. The stalking eyes move up and down, as if a creepy creature is tilting its head. Some speculate it could be a skinwalker, disguising itself as an... Alright, this is it for today. See you in the next one. Till then, please consider subscribing.